Hey J2, how you doing, man? Good to see you, my guy. Yes, photo edit stream, Tom. Thought I might try something different. Are you about to eat? That's okay, bro. Let me just fix up the chat real quick as well, though. Actually, how we doing, everyone? August are eating and it's not even the comeback. Nah, hun, it's August, bro. I made that mistake. Let's put chat over here. Cool. What do you guys reckon of the little stream layout? It's not bad, hey? It looks pretty similar to like the YouTube videos, at least. Yeah, it's alright. Wonder about the chat overlay though. Maybe I might hide the chat. Nah, you good, bro. Don't apologize. Or maybe I'll chuck chat up here somewhere. Where should I chuck chat? Oh no, I'll chuck chat over here. Go Devin. Yeah, I don't even know if I want it, Tom. That's the thing, man. Well, you know what? We'll turn chat off. We'll just hide it. That's okay. Hope you guys chill with that. We'll just hide chat. Yeah, look, I'm excited. This is a really random stream. For those of you guys who don't know or who aren't aware, I've said this a few times now, but I'm a photographer, and yeah, basically I've been doing like a photographer reacts type series over on YouTube, which has been really fun so far. We've focused largely on LOONA, and we're about to start focusing on yyxy and go back through their stuff. Also, is the music okay? Is it too loud, or I hope it's okay. Either way, we're going to be editing LOONA's version A photos today, which I'm pretty pumped for, because there was a few of them when I initially was going ahead and looking through them where I was like, oh, you know, I like this, but then at the same time, like, I don't necessarily like this. And the main thing is that for the large part, it's like quite overexposed. What we get is like, you know, some pretty bright photos where you miss quite a lot of detail and stuff like that. So I thought I would go through, I just have a really chill editing stream with you guys, and I just kind of show you in real time how I edit and how I would save these photos per se. By no stretch are these photos bad. I think that they've all been taken very well. Of course, they've been taken by professionals as well. So obviously they are good. They were good enough for BBC to be like, yep, cool, post that. But yeah, basically we'll get to work. Kathy Chris 1, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. Yeah, look, I worked on a couple today. I worked on about 4, but I've just gone and restored them back to what they were originally at, just because I wanted to take you guys through it again. And I wanted to show you guys what I was doing again. Let me just fix the new subscriptions button as well, and I'll just chuck that over there. Cool. I hope everyone can see. Can everyone see everything okay? Is the window big enough? Does everyone think? I hope. Wait, hold up. try something real quick. Artemis Void, how you doing? Let me try something real quick. Yeah, we all good? Okay, cool. What I think we'll do is we'll move that up. Then instead we'll actually move Luna over here. Oh, Bria, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. It's just a really chill stream, so I hope you don't mind. But anyway, let's get started, y'all. Sweet as. So we've got Olivia straight off the bat. Like I was saying, I mean, she's obviously like got this very, I guess you could say, washed out type of look. You know, it's very low contrast. There's not really too much going on here. For those of you guys who don't really know what Adobe Lightroom is, it's basically where all photographers will edit photos. That's like the software that you use. It's really, really, really freaking good. But basically, yeah, I'm just going to get straight to it. I'm going to go through it. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to ask away, but I'll probably just kind of talk through my process as I'm going. The main thing here that I really kind of have an issue with is rather just like the highlights on her face. So I really just want to like see how I can manipulate those. What I generally do is like move the slider and see how much it changes the exposure on her skin tone. But from what I can remember today, I just crushed the whites and the highlights a little bit, kind of bring back the shadows for a little bit of that contrast. And the same thing with the blacks. You can hit this button. So this is the original. You can hit the, what is that? Backward slash. Hey Ray. You can hit the backward slash and basically it gives you like a comparison of what the before and after looks like. But it comes together slowly. So we'll just work on it a little bit and we'll probably tweak things here and there. Sometimes you don't need to have a super perfect photo to start off with. Now there's a tone curve. I'm going to add like a little bit of like a fade into the blacks. So say like if you look at any black part of an image, and also I'm really sorry that this zooming sucks, I'm working with a trackpad. If you look at any blacks in the image, you can get like this matte fade type effect. So what I always like to do is I always like to put a little bit in there because it looks quite nice actually. Move the shadow point down. You can do the same thing with the whites. You can really like blow the highlights and the whites out, as you guys can see on her shoulders there. So I'll blow that out a little bit as well. And one thing I really like to do is put the vibrance up, so to give her a little bit more life, whilst also taking the saturation down so that you don't go ahead and like just make her super saturated. Because I mean, you could make it really vibrant, but it just doesn't look right. Also, you good, Daily? She might be a little bit underexposed, so I'm just going to bring that up a bit more actually. Bring it to about there. And I'm going to make this a little cooler. So I'm going to manipulate the temperature of it. But a little goes a long way. You don't ever have to go really crazy with it. Now, one thing I did before was manipulating her skin tones. So what you can do here is you can go to like the hue, saturation, and luminance panel. You can do like a drop. You can like do like a drip drop. That doesn't even make sense, bro. Like, what's the word? You can like do like a little eyedrop, and you can choose what hue that actually is. So like, say if I'm looking for her lips here, then it's automatically going to like lock on to what colors are actually included as part of that. So I'm just going to reset these. I'll only really like explain all of this for the first one, I think, because afterwards I think you guys should be able to follow. But what I want to do is I want to move it a little bit. I don't want to move it too much. I always just compare. So this is before, this is after. And I want to make her a little lighter, but I don't want to lose any of what we just put in. So I'm going to saturate it a little bit. Once again, a little goes a long way. Thanks so much, Tom. The stream's looking clean and professional. Glad to hear, my guy. Now what I'm going to work on is these blues at the back. So you can see, like, you can kind of manipulate it here. It's telling me that there's literally just blue in here though. So I'm going to raise that hue a little bit. We could take the saturation out of it actually. We could keep the saturation in, or we could take it out. Taking it out actually does add kind of a cool effect, because isn't Olivia's color gray? We'll leave it in for the moment actually. Now what we can do is we can darken it if we want, we can lighten it if we want. Hey, so it... Oh, you can see the photographer in the pupils. Like the ring light, right? Silver. Yeah, well, you know what we'll do? We'll stay true to law. Let's go silver. All right. Silver and black. I mean, we can stay true to law here, right? This already looks a lot nicer. Now, you can do what's called split toning. And that is like, how can I explain it? It's like inserting, I don't know if you guys were like listening to the initial episodes that I was doing over on YouTube, but you can actually force certain colors into the lighter parts of the image or the darker parts of the image, if you know what I mean. So say here you've got shadows, highlights, and midtones. Say in all of these light parts of the image, if I wanted to force red in there, it will force red only into the light parts of the image. If I wanted to force blue into the darker parts of the image, so the shadows, it will force blue into the darker parts. What you always want to be able to do is split tone a little bit. Split toning is always really good to just add like a little bit of a different dimension to things. On the third teasers, so like the C versions, we saw quite a lot of like green in the C version. So say in the highlights there was like, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but there was like this very subtle green tone that was always like at the very end. So it was like a brown and like a green type of scenario that we had going on there. We could do the same here. We could honestly keep like the greens in. I don't think that this looks necessarily bad, but I don't actually like it for this one at the same time. I actually want her to be a little bit warmer. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to start off, we're going to pick our orange, and I want it to kind of match her skin tone. That looks very different, of course, but what we do is we go down, 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 down. And then you can also check up here what it was like before you split toned, what it was like afterwards. So this is only pushed a little bit in, which is good because that's all I wanted. And you can actually brighten or decrease that split tone as well. Now, if we're using orange, it's always really good to use opposite colors. So you can use complementary colors. So orange and teal is a really popular combination that you'll often see done by Instagram photographers. It's very, very, very overused right now. Like a lot of photographers always use that, but orange and teal is certainly something that you see quite a lot. So we've got Olivia so far. I've noticed up here though, I don't know if you guys can see, her forehead's looking a little red. So what we can do is kind of take, I wonder if we if we take a little bit of that orange saturation out, and maybe if we push the hue back, that'll look okay. I think that looks pretty good actually. We probably don't need to do anything with the midtones. I mean, we could really just leave it like that. If we want to make it look cool and nice, it'll be good. I've actually tried getting into photography, but damn, the whole editing and color correction concept is so difficult to learn. Honestly, man, I think it's just trial and error, really. Like, I totally get you though. It's just really trial and error. Like, I mean, I've been doing photography for like, God, I don't even know, like, probably 7 years? Probably 7 years, and I only really started taking it seriously like a couple of years ago. And I don't know, like color correction is really important, I guess you can say, but it's not the be all and end all. I actually think that a lot of people instead go wrong with determining how to actually shoot to begin with. Like that's actually the problem for a lot of people. I find that's where they struggle the most in like terms of exposing their shots and stuff. And like, you know, I can't really even edit these too much either, because like these are honestly just, they're JPEGs. What that means is like there's not that much information in them. So like when these photos were taken and uploaded, a lot of this detail that's normally stored in those images for you to be able to accurately color correct and stuff like that is lost the moment it becomes a JPEG. It has to be a raw file. So a lot of them do get lost. And so, I mean, this type of series is good, I think. I do enjoy it, but it's one of those types of things where it's even pretty limiting in this regard too. So the main thing is like you always need to shoot raw, or otherwise you won't ever be able to get the stuff out of your photos that you want to pull out. So I actually think that we're done with Olivia. This was a little bit different than what I was initially going to go for, but I think we've kind of got a little bit of that silver back, which I really like. So this was before, largely overblown. It's not crazy though. It's just that you can't really see too much. It's just kind of flat almost. And then here's after. So before, after, before, after. Get lockified here too. Which one do you guys prefer? PNG or bust, or raw with actual photography? Facts, right? So if we look at it from afar, before, after, right? I still don't know how I feel about this dress. We'll move on to Eve. After looked nice and cool. Truth. Marcus Flint. Oh, thank you so much, man. Feel free to disagree with me at any point in time as well, though, because, you know, sometimes, like, I bet you I'll probably come back to this photo in a day and I'll think, oh, there's something I could have done better. Now, Eve. I don't know what everyone thought, but you guys will be able to see as well on the video on episode 3. I was trash talking this burgundy so hard. I really hate how like desaturated this burgundy color is, man. Like honestly, it just pisses me off. Like it could be so much redder, it could be so much prettier, but I don't really know what they've done there. So anyway, we will work on Eve. First thing I always deal with is the light. So play around with things a little bit. BBC may as well have just fucking done this, honestly. Now I feel inspired to learn photography again. That's awesome. I'm glad, man. If anything, I'm really happy about that, to be honest. So we're gonna decrease that. We're gonna decrease the contrast a little bit, make it a little bit flatter. And then the highlights and the whites, once again, we can crush it. The burgundy is so dull orange, I don't like it. Yeah, it's not nice. It could have been so much nicer, but they just decided to really go, no, we don't want to do that. And I was like, fine, all right, chill. Now with Eve, I I don't know if you guys can see. I wanted initially to be able to like define those sparkles a lot more too, but you kind of can't. Yeah, I think the flat look is an aesthetic. The thing is, it just doesn't work all the time though. You know, like it just doesn't work all the time. And I find that troublesome. See, why don't we put a little bit more contrast back in it? Highlights will keep chilling. Yeah, blacks we can add a little bit more in. I hate working with JPEGs though, because these colors, like these lights, sorry, the highlights and the whites don't actually come down as easily as they should. So you're pretty limited. Now this is what's called a tone curve, this over here as well, guys. So for those of you guys who are interested in photography, this is basically like your entire photo in a graph, if that makes sense. You know, so it's basically like over here, you've got your blacks, up here, you've got your pure whites, you've got your highlights here, you've got your shadows here, and your midtones here as well. Yeah, exactly. I'll kind of show you how I did it, because I did put some edits in. In that post. Sorry, not in the post, in the video that I uploaded for you guys. So like already, we're kind of popping some shadows up into here, which is giving it a lot more contrast, and it's actually making the burgundy look a lot more rich, if that makes sense. Like it's all about a rich color, you know, like don't half bake it. Like if you're gonna do burgundy, do it properly. Now you could go cold, you could go warm. I think we'll even probably err on the side of like giving that a green tint too. That could be nice. We can fix that later though. Change the saturation and the vibrance. And the main thing as well is to constantly always keep on checking what it is that you're doing. Now with that hue, let's get that burgundy right. Now, I mean, this is the like orange, like trash brown shit that you start seeing. But then we can very slowly but surely move it towards a much nicer red. Saturate it a little bit more on the oranges. Maybe make the oranges a bit lighter, the reds a bit darker. And then immediately you start getting this much nicer looking burgundy. Also, I'm actually really sorry too if you can't really tell what too many of the differences are. I think this is using I think my recording software is using a different color program. Hang on. Let me just search real quick and see if this works. I wonder, because the stuff is always desaturated when I upload it. Don't worry about it. You should be able to see it. It should be okay. Emin, how you doing, man? Right, yeah. So it's a much nicer looking burgundy now that we've got here. I don't really think that we need to do anything in terms of her lips here either. I think that we could probably leave them, and I'll probably take that green tint back. Maybe we might push it more towards pink. What software is this? This is Adobe Lightroom, my guy. So we could also probably, I don't think we'll need to pop anything in the oranges here, actually. That'll be okay. Now we'll split tone a little bit. In those shadows, we said that we've got reds, right? So what we'll do is we'll pop a little bit of red, maybe even a bit more pink into those shadows. And in those highlights, try and make them a little cooler just for some balance. but we'll work our way around the wheel and we'll see what we need. I feel like if we go too far on this side, on the right hand side, then it's a little too warm, so we might even err more towards green. Or yeah, I think maybe it's wiser to target the midtones. You can target the midtones. Cool, she doesn't really change there. Cool. Alright, now with this, make the highlights a little lighter. Make the shadows a little darker. Camera raw filter, yeah. I'm very picky about the reds I actually like, so even lit were always going to be hit or miss for me. I mean, understandable, honestly. I think reds need to be rich and vibrant, at least for me. That's personally my take. I just don't like seeing red half-assed, if that makes sense. I just really don't like it. I honestly think this might be looking okay too. Yeah, this is probably where I had Eve before as well. So this is the before, this is after, before, after, before, after. It is a lot darker than this, like on the actual screen, so take that with a grain of salt. It is a lot darker. I'll post the pictures in Discord. I might actually even post them on Instagram, to be honest. So much better than the original. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Now we got Jinso. Dude, I've been wanting to work on her for a long time. So easy on the eyes. Yeah, that's good, man. That's what you want, right? So Jinso's one is crazy. I love the way that it's been shot. But yeah, it's just not, it ain't good. Fire engine red. Truth. I like the maroon as well. I just hate it when it starts pushing towards like an orange type color. Oh, dude, look at this. Like, even just taking the highlights down a little bit, all of a sudden you can see her eyes so much better. Like, Jesus. Oh my god, I didn't expect that to be that easy. You can even brighten the shadows there. Hey, Louisa. Dude, immediately, here's the before, here's the after, and all we've done is just kind of change the light. Yeah, her face is mad overexposed. Like, mad overexposed. So even just changing that has worked a treat. What I'm going to do is I'll probably lower the contrast a little bit. And then we'll put it up by one stop. Put a little bit of clarity into it, a little bit of texture, do a dehaze. Now vibrance obviously goes way too hard. So 12, we'll go down. I like how you can even see the changes in her suit here too, you know? Yeah, I like that. She, her skin color needs to be edited a little bit though, I reckon. Now we're gonna take the, oh shit. up on her skin. As you can see, too red. Oh, that's crazy. Too yellow. We might even try and push that a little bit too. The blues, as we can see here, are quite important. So we'll push this blue a little bit darker. Green's ho. Take care, Evan. Enjoy, brother. Have a good rest, my guy. Yeah, I think so. This is obviously going to be aqua. This highlight that she's got here. It's going to be aqua and a bit of blue. So we want to leave blue where it is. So aqua will change. And aqua, we can boost that saturation. Desaturate it a little bit too, actually. Now, blues. Blues, blues, blues. There we go. This is relaxing. Glad to hear, Daily. Glad to hear, my guy. What should we get? Right, her lips are a bit orange. So what we might do is we might take that down a little extra bit. Yeah, we definitely don't want her face going out of control. The main thing is just like kind of playing around with things. You play around until it feels right. It's literally like she's under a spotlight, you know? That's probably the only thing I really don't like about it. Like, it's literally like she's just under a spotlight. So I want to bring out a little bit more of that warmer tone here. So we'll go orange and blue. We'll go very light on it. I vibe that. Probably lighten here. We'll darken the blues even further. Give that really nice rich look. We could even do like a little bit more of a vignette, honestly, as well. I don't know if that's a real question, Louisa. I don't know. I don't think I saw them yet. Jinso, I'd say I'm satisfied with as well. So this was Jinso before, after, before, after. Let me know what you guys reckon, which one you prefer. I mean, personally, no bias. No bias. The less exposed one I think is way better. This just looks kind of crazy. I'm actually pretty surprised that they released this, honestly. Hey Tali, thank you so much for coming, even if it's only really short. Thank you. Dude, there's hella Germans in chat today then. Oh my god. There's one thing I just kind of want to fix really quickly. No, it's not that. Okay, the split toning stays. Oh, maybe we could do... Maybe we can do this. Yeah, there we go. We desaturate a little bit. I finally don't die of heat anymore, so I actually saw the notification today. I'm glad. Take care, Tom. Thanks, bro. Take care, man. Hey, Wicked. Good to see you, my guy. Do you have any edits to fix this insomnia? Bro, I wish. I wish. I can't tell if it's like insomnia as in like the condition insomnia or like whether you just mean yourself, but either way, best edits. I love my guy. Now Chetty, I actually don't mind. I actually think Chetty's is quite nice, honestly. No pun intended, okay. I'll have to find some good edits for you, my guy, for that insomnia. Chetty, I really don't mind. I think we could make it a little warmer. If we take this down, I really, really love this like crazy wing she's got going on here, actually. You don't like these pictures? I get you. I can understand why. Is it stupid to ask what you're editing these on? Absolutely not. So this is Adobe Lightroom, or Adobe Lightroom Classic, might I add. So yeah, she's got this really, really cool wing. I like this one here. Also, she's got like a little bit of a touch of that orange makeup there as well. Maybe they should hire you. I wish. I would relocate in a heartbeat, honestly. Yeah, they do look very empty. It's very vacant, right? I think it's very much more like a, what's the word? Vacant is probably the best way that I can put it. Vacant is probably the way I would put it. But I can totally appreciate where you're coming from with that one, Tully. Dehaze that. Up the vibrance on that. Down the saturation a little bit. Down here. Oh, that was way too much. Add a little bit of that fade, but not too much. Yeah, the random sub-chin length bang. Yeah, I had a question about that as well, and I was like, is it like a Hime cut that she's got? Because you can kind of see it in other photos of her as well. It's like, right? Like, why didn't they give her a full princess cut, like a full Hime cut? Because they're literally like, they just did it here and then that's it. Like the rest of her hair is way longer, but it's like just here and it's just on that side. Have you seen all of their concept photos so far though, Tully? I'd be curious. Yeah, it's not, right? It's not even a proper Hime cut. I would definitely say look at the, if you'd like to see some brighter concept ones, go and check out the B version and the D version, because they look really, really, really pretty. Really pretty. Now, we're just going to edit her skin a little bit. As you can see though, she's got hella greens here. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, if it shows up well enough, but hella greens. Like, BBC pushed green into Chetty's face like crazy. So, I wonder, no, that doesn't work. Wonder how we'll combat that. She's definitely got like this green tinge to it, like this green yellow tinge. I don't really like it too much here because she's already wearing yellow as well. So it kind of makes her look a little bit sick. Let's see if we can push that purple a little deeper. The purple, maybe we'll scale back a little bit and we'll lighten it up. Purples and magentas are kind of hard to deal with because you almost never see them. Yeah, so the flower face close-ups, the D versions are really good from what I've heard and seen. Also, low-key, low-key, she's got like this yellow mustard outfit on, similar to Hyunjin. I reckon we could probably move that yellow a little darker, actually, because it looks kind of neon right now. It's kind of sickly. And we could even make it pop just that little bit more. Wonder if that, oh yeah, see, look at where they've pushed green into, like, I don't really like that. They could have left this one alone with the green, if I'm being really honest. Chetty and Olivia, very nice taste. Yeah, right? They released them in a really odd way. I'm just going to push some purples in to make the purples look even deeper. And as for highlights, we'll try and overcome that green by maybe even putting in a touch of pink. We'll see. It's too much. Yeah, you see, that looks way more natural. What do you guys reckon of this? Curious. Let me vignette it a little bit. So initially we have that, then we've kind of come out to that. It's hard to get rid of like the green right here. It's very, very, very faint, but we can kind of restrict it a little bit. So that's Chetty's final. This is the before. This is the after. Before, after. I think the purple looks nicer if it's darker, because it, like when we're talking about Chetty, right, it always reminds me of like Love Cherry Motion, and Love Cherry Motion was so dark as a concept, but also on top of that too, it was so much like, how can I put it? It was like very purple, like deep. Yeah, you can see her better too, but I feel like her features actually look more natural in terms of their color too. Like she's very yellow and green here. She looks quite sickly, and it's not her, it's not the way that she looks, but the colors just don't suit her too well. But like kind of having a little bit more of like this bronzed type warmer look makes her actually look like she's alive, if that makes sense. So yeah, I like that a little bit better. I'll post the full photos on Discord and stuff later so that you can see basically what the proper colors look like. Now we've got Miss Kimberly Lippington, Kim Lip. We'll be working on her now, but this red is like very red, very, very, very red. Now, it's not that I don't like it, but I do think we can do a little bit to it. Those shadows could be a little darker, and we can probably drown those blacks a little bit more. She's quite warm here, actually. Like she's very warm here. So what we could do is, we don't want to make her warmer. Probably make it just a little cooler. Push it a little towards pink and start from there. Alright, we'll up the vibrance again, lower the saturation just a little bit. She is so warm you could say she's hot. You very well could, man. You very well could indeed. Now, The one thing actually I didn't like about the overexposure was what you get here when you overexpose. Like what you get here is you can see too much of the black, you know? Black is mysterious. Black is supposed to be like a really, really great contrast shade, you know? And it's like, if you don't properly use it, I feel like sometimes black can just look really washed out and gross and kind of grey and just not, it just doesn't look nice, at least personally. Black's a strong shade. It'll literally dominate any photo if you put too much of it in, but it can really, really, really provide like some really good contrast points for any image. And I think especially for lip, like you don't want to have it like, what's the word? You don't want to have it like too bright. So that's where we're at. Yeah, the black looks brown and grey, and it's like, you know, it makes it look cheap. It looks like, you know, it looks like you kind of pulled it out of a closet that's been sitting there for a couple of years. You just dusted it off and put it on. You know, it's supposed to look nice and deep. Nice and deep indeed. That's what shadows do. Shadows are always nice. Now, this red is like fire red. I think this one will be kind of tough. And you see, like burgundy. No thank you. This red, I think what we could do is instead of having these orange parts, we can just have it more of a consistent fire red. Maybe desaturate the yellows a little bit along with the oranges. You could even say we could do that there too, but I won't. Thank you so much for following. Alien12, thank you. Double check what they look like. It doesn't look that much different, but that's okay. Maybe it's better to target it more specifically. Right. Alright. Now what we're gonna do is make them brighter. I actually like that, because this like flame red I don't really vibe, but like the cherry red, the much deeper cherry type red, I really like. I wonder if that's similar. No, this is different. Yeah, because that was very subtle actually. And they are also pretty that it feels double wrong for the photos to look like this. Oh, big sad. Right, now what we do, into the highlights, we can push a bit of like a warm orange. Oh, there's a problem though. One problem I've got here. That is, I wish they used a different shade of like lip gloss or lipstick on her. Cause like, it's very, what's the word? It just kind of doesn't do anything. Like it doesn't pop. It's a little too natural, if that makes sense. What we can do is we can enhance her hair. Bottom line is I like my red with magenta and not yellow. Yes, facts. The cherry red is always nice. It's just the moment you add yellow in there or like a lighter orange color, it doesn't look nice. Could even go a little bit further than that. Magentas are there. I will actually just increase the saturation of that again, just a little bit. What do we got in midtones? Oh, okay, fair amount here. Ew. Come on, skin tone, skin tone, skin tone. That's good. That's a nice contrast, I reckon. Well, you have to really watch out for that in photo shoots. Yeah, I get what you're saying, right? Also, just for those of you guys who might be wondering, the photography Insta is right there, just in case. Now this is lip done, I would say. We can go ahead and probably call this one a day in just a second. If you guys give me a minute. Cute, Louisa. Thanks, man. Give it a little vignette, which I always like to do. A little bit, not too much. And there we go. We've got that Pokemon Fire Red type red down to the cherry red from lip. So I think these look a lot nicer. Oh, thanks, Tully. Thank you so much. Danke. So what do we reckon? I like the fact that her outfit looks a lot nicer here too, I reckon. It just doesn't like it's like green, orange and red what we've got here. We've got red here. We've got shades of green in her face. We've got orange as well. I don't know. You know, keep it red and cool. Red and cool. Oh, thanks, Daily. Yeah, truth, right? Although I do think that her interacting with the curtain was interesting. I thought I liked that. The one thing that actually has been pissing me off though is these angled shots. Like the Dutch angle that we keep getting. It really, really pisses me off. I hate it. Actually, I really don't like it. But for some shots, such as Hyejin, it works. Now, Hyejin, dude, look at the quality on this. My God, Jesus. I actually don't personally think that there's too much to edit for her here, but if you look at here on her arm, it's just white as hell. Like ridiculous. So we can edit that a little bit as well. Also, what do you guys think of this type of stream so far? Do you vibe it? Is it interesting enough? I mean, not that it matters. Like, I'd still do it anyway because I'm just chilling. Today's my day off, surprisingly. Even though I'm still sat here streaming instead. But let me know. Now, the highlights aren't going to be that easy. Neither will the whites, I think. Can dial down the contrast a little bit. Queen, Hush's curse. Don't worry, man. That's okay. I'll probably be able to upload this actually later. Hopefully. It's chill watching while cooking. I'm glad. I'm glad. No worries, bro. You take care. Enjoy those performances. blacks. Let's crush them a bit too. Now, decrease that. Oh, that's okay, man. That's okay. I'm just glad you made it. I'm just glad you made it. Of course, there'll be other streams as well, though. Now, this hot pink. Let's affect that. Also, I will try and upload them as best as I possibly can too. I'm pretty sure I would be able to with this. It's just whether or not people watch it on YouTube is the question. But then again, I don't really give a fuck if people watch it or not. I'm just happy to be sharing something with you guys, I reckon. And it's different content, at least. Like, it's completely different to what I normally do. So I vibe it in that regard. Ooh. That actually affected her nails quite nicely. If we change the purples here, you can see them change. Oh, okay. Could even create almost gives it like a gradient type effect on her nails. Before, after. Yeah, that looks okay. I'm not sure if I fully vibe it though. Super chill and actually super interesting. I really like photography too, but I haven't been well enough to do it for the last few years. Oh, Val, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Ahmud, thank you so much for following and joining the stream, man. Yeah, they put her in a fucking red chair. Exactly, right? Red chair, but like hot pink background. How long did it take you to get good with photo editing? Couple of years at best, but then again, like I said before as well, man, it's just trial and error, I think. Really. It's just trial and error. She's way too green here too. Gotta bring her back. Just trial and error, definitely. I would say the best part about photo editing and all of that type of stuff is actually getting better and noticing your improvements. That's probably one of the things that I absolutely love. So the journey itself is actually quite fun, personally, I think. The only thing is that I'm really shit at multitasking, so sometimes when I'm talking I don't make any sense. And for that, I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, man. Good to see you again, bro. Yeah, why not find her a pink one, well, a white one or a black one? Absolutely, right? Red next to a pink curtain is, yeah. So true, right? Hey, J2, welcome back, man. So the after is a little, it's a little more chill. Wonder if we can push a little bit of light back, actually. There we go. I think that's a lot better. I'm happier with that. What we'll do now is we could even, yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make her stand out that way instead. Has a red bean popsicle for dessert. It's gonna get Melona, but we ran out. Oh, sorry, bro. Atali, you used to do edits as well? You should. You should get back into it. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see what you do. Once again, we're going to push a little bit of warmth into her face. And a bit of blue into the shadows. The thing that BBC are most guilty for with these photos is that they've pushed green in literally everywhere. It's actually terrible how much green is in these photos. I'm not entirely happy with this one, but this one's difficult, honestly. Ah, school videos and pictures and stuff, yeah. That would have been so fun though. I feel like the blue balances are out pretty well actually. J2, hold the line for a bit. Okay, no worries. You keep me company, J2 and Tully and Emin. Everyone temporarily ditching. But that's okay. Oh shit. We got a photographer Instagram link now. Goddamn, let's go. I wonder how this changes things. Could go crazy on that color calibration. No, I think, I don't know if it's a paid performance. It's a KCON one, but I don't know if it's paid or not. Fuck, I really hate this. I wish that they would just sit her up straight properly. You know, like even having her like that would have looked nice. This works though. So before, after, before, after, before, after. I got corn here. Corn, unfortunately, I really dislike this photo, just the way it's been edited. But we're gonna change that, girl, don't you worry. Don't you worry. She's so green. Thank you so much, Tully. She's so green here. I just have you in my background doing some work. I'm glad to hear, my guy. Don't overwork yourself. Yeah, I totally agree, Tully. She looks nauseous. Which is why I think the green concept, it works for the third set of teasers. It just does not work here though. It doesn't look nice. So that's us fixing our contrast now. Plus she's also got this like pretty blue accent up here as well, which you literally can't see because of everything, especially the light. Now if we move the orange saturation a little bit, we move the red to move the orange down towards this pink a little bit more, and the red a little further as well. Then she has a little bit more in her face here. She's immediately starting to look better. Like immediately. Video editing took a good couple of years, self-taught, and every time I end up leaving it I forget how to do like half the stuff, dude. Facts. Facts. That's me in a nutshell. Jeez. Jesus. Me too. God. See, look at this green. Like, was this necessary? Did they have to push that much into her? Yeah, right. The other teaser pictures are so nice. The other teaser pictures are so nice. Greens, I think we can chill with them. let's go ahead and change the luminance on this one. Let's also go and affect this blue, this one in the background. Gonna make it a little bit darker. Maybe we can go and change, we can push it more towards there, and then we'll make it lighter there. The rest of the color in her face, we'll push it back in with like a kind of like a peach, kind of like a peach color. If only there was a way to like sample that actually. I'll just try and get close to whatever that color is. Yeah, that kind of works. Yeah, she's looking a lot better there. Let me see if we can just push it. Yeah, there we go. Mid-tones. That's where we're at. Counteract those greens. Yeah, the flower ones, from what I've seen, they look really good. We'll just put that one down a little bit. All right. I think we're almost done with this one. There's just one more thing that I want to do. That is actually, I'm going to draw like a little mask over her lips actually. I'm try and feather it though. So I wonder if this will make a change. This is so hard to do with the trackpad. My God. Now this black is not final. I'm just trying to see whether or not this will work. I just want her lips to pop a little bit more. Okay. Now, I want them to not be too bright, actually. Make those whites pop a little bit more, and see if we can change the hue a little bit. Readjust that saturation. I wonder. Yeah, that even looks a little bit nicer without compromising the rest of the colors in the image. There we go. Very, very, very subtle difference. Fuck. Damn it. Why have I done this to myself? It's a very subtle difference, but it's like here. If we go just even a little bit further, it's too much. Dial it back to about there. If we take it away, if we take that tiny little that brush correction away, it just looks like this. Like her lips just look a very normal pale type color. But then what I did is I just made them look a little bit brighter. We can probably put down the saturation a little bit. And I think that she looks a lot nicer this way. Maybe we can go ahead and just bring that hue back just a little bit. Much livelier, right? So before, this one's the craziest, I think. Before, after, before, after. She looks way different before and after. So before, after, before, after. Very, very different indeed. So we've got that. We can move on to Hyunjin. Hyunjin, once again, beautiful eyeliner. She's got like this gold eyeliner right here, which looks so nice. I love that. You can almost hardly see it. Thanks, Val. Appreciate it. Most of these images are too bright. Yeah, facts, bro. If anything, I would say all of them are. But that's the concept that we seem to be going for this CB. S Basha, thank you so much for following my friend. So we're gonna darken her a little bit there, and we're just gonna see what that looks like already. Shit, that was loud. God, it was very, very loud. Oh, you're hosting my stream. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet, man. I was wondering what the hell that notification was. I was like, wow, I've never heard it that loud before. What the hell? And yeah, yellow, it's a bit of an iffy color for me too, if I'm being very honest. We'll push that up later. Saturate it a little bit, bring down that vibrance. So bring up the vibrance, bring down that saturation. Make her hair a little bit darker. Give that fade that I want in the blacks a little bit. Take those whites down. My friend Raju has a birthday today. Can you please wish him? Absolutely. Happy birthday, Raju. Hope that you're having a lovely day, my guy. Now the hue. Fuck. I mean, look, if it was orange, this would look really nice. I mean, I know that, you know, I know that it's like, what's the word? It's not her color, but this orange actually looks way nicer, I think. If it was orange, it would look dope, but it's not, unfortunately. Right? The orange looks so much better. Really fair. Most kinds of yellow or orange. Yeah, I get you though. It's just one of those colors, right? It's one of those colors you just, no one likes. I mean, I'd be genuinely surprised if someone enjoyed mustard. Yeah, right? The burnt color looks a lot nicer with her. It's actually fixed up her face quite well. See, it's like, yeah, it's like a very light mustard. This is like a darker mustard, like a, speaking in food terms, it's like a Dijon. You know? It's a Dijon mustard. But I like that. I think that looks okay. We'll fix the saturation up for it real quick too. See how far we can push it. Yeah, look. What if we do this? It seems like yellow is a big portion of this photo too. I still want her lips to look alive. There we go, that's how we do it. Her makeup pops a lot better there too. The further down we take the reds. I actually want to do this really quickly. This is really like going probably too deep, but I would just want to like highlight that eyeliner and bring it out more. See, there we go. We can kind of see that way better, right? This is really like just pixels, but it makes a difference if you can actually like properly bring it out. So if you guys pay attention to the wings here on the eyeliner, that's them without that filter. That's them with it, without, with. I think that looks a little bit better. It actually brings it out on her a lot more. Like I said, I know it's just pixels, but still you can kind of see it a lot better from here as opposed to like that. If that makes sense. She looks so much more livelier there. Now the Luminance. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. No. The red, I'm actually happy making a little bit darker, because I feel like we can push more into those a little bit later in terms of the colors. I just don't want it to look too dark. Take that back a little bit. Cool, right, mid-tones. Get to, but shadows first. I think we'll push like that peachy type color again. I think works really nice with their skin. Yeah, it makes a little bit of a difference. And I kind of just want to like, this photo is just so warm. I kind of want to cool it down just the tiniest bit. You know? Thanks to the heat wave we had here, I missed 2 streams. Oh, that's okay. That looks nice. Let's see how we go with this one. If we vignette it just a little bit. If we even go... She needs to pop a bit more. That's too much. You know, I think that's perfect. I don't think we need to do it any more than that. So with Hyunjin, this is after, before, after, before, after. Quite like this. I think it looks quite nice. So once again, before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. Yeah, the yellow doesn't make you want to vomit. Because yellow for me is just, it's not. It ain't my thing. I really don't like it. Not that you want to vomit anyway. It's just one of those colors, man. Now, I quite like Chuu's, actually. I don't mind hers. I did like a little bit of an initial edit with it, but this is just kind of what we're talking about here, like what we were talking about before. Like, if we're gonna have black here, if it's gonna be black, don't make it look like old and rustic. Like, make it look good. Make it have some contrast and a little bit of like an oomph to it. Because otherwise it just looks kind of tacky. Now with Chuu, we'll do just a little bit. We don't need to do a whole lot because a little bit goes a long way. Yeah, this one is pretty as well. It's just a little bit too bright, hey? Although that's way too dark. Just take it down here. Yeah, see, we're already getting somewhere. That's good. Now, just go ahead and do this. What we can do here is we can kind of shift these colors for her a little bit. Make them pop. She is so damn pretty, hey? She's adorable. Chuu's just so cute. You know? It's the thing as well, like, she's cute, but she's not like that's not all that there is to her. And I'm glad that there's a lot of orbits that know that too. Like, you know, that there's more to Chuu than just her being cute and all of that type of stuff. Green, why are we getting green here? You know what, we can just completely get rid of that green, I reckon. Unless it affects her here. Nope. Yeah, I need to watch Running Girls really soon, actually. I'm actually quite excited to. I'll be watching that with you guys relatively soon. I'm pumped for that one, honestly. Running Girls, I've heard nothing but good things about. Okay. With the highlights, we can push a bit more of that peach. The show made me sob. Yeah. I've heard it was like one of those types of shows though, you know, like where it's just soft boy hours and then that's just how it is, like, you know. I gotta go, but this was nice. Enjoy the rest of your time off. Thank you so much, Val. I really appreciate it. I hope you had some fun. I hope you had some fun, man. Cool. I actually like that. That's better. That's probably better than my original edit I did, I think. So what we've got: before, after, before, after, before, after. Yeah, these will look a lot nicer, I think, once we post them. Vivi. Oh, who did Locke go through after Lip? We went through Hyejin. Then we did Koan. So this was Koan before, Koan after, Koan before, Koan after, before, after, before, after. Bias, nice. IMO, once again, no bias, but Koan looks way better after. Then we did Hyunjin. So Hyunjin before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. And then we just finished Chuu. Oh, Hyej is your bias? Right, got it. Vivi, my love. Good. I'm glad that we're here for Vivi then. Alright, Vivi. Once again. We can have some fun with this, I reckon. The blacks I really want to push here. Hyunjin looks a lot better, right? Yeah, it just looks fabric. It's just straight up fabric. We can probably push this contrast a bit more as well, actually. Now we go clarity, texture. It's already looking a lot better. Nope. That's maybe a little bit too much, I think, actually. Nina Snorm, thank you so much for following, my friend. Or Nina's Norm. How do I say that? There we go. We're getting a bit of Vivi back. You have to go eat now? Okay. Take care. Thank you so much for stopping by as well, Tali. I really appreciated it. Your commentary was very comforting. So thank you for keeping me company. Who did you do after Hyejin? Not Lip, and Vivi is my ult, but I can never pick one bias, so this is all a treat for me. Excellent. Yeah, I did just Koan, Hyunjin, and Chuu after Lip. After Hyejin, sorry. Once again, these fucking greens, bro. I swear to God. Push the greens that way. You watch, I'm gonna make Vivi's lips pop. That's how we're gonna do this. Her skin looks very like yellow right now though. I really like her eye makeup though, that looks sick. Big forehead, Vivi, cute. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back, Louisa. Once again, we just tinkering. Maybe I'll push those colors a little bit later. Now, the pink. Let's push that. Yeah, there we go. There's a winner. No. Oh, that pink looks way better. See, this pink looks way better. What the hell? BBC. I'm kidding. I'm not that against BBC, but geez. I just wonder why they chose to push greens and blues into these highlights. Make it a bit lighter. Now. Sorry, y'all. I just very concentrated for a second. She is the moment indeed. Koan ZX, thank you so much for following, my friend. Alright, I actually think Ilyojins, thank you so much for following, my friend. So we've got Vivi from LOONA. This is the original, and this is after. So before, after, before, after. I'll go through it again. Before, after, before, after. The main changes you can see are definitely in her lip color. Her skin tone is like, I mean, for one, more visible. It's less white and green. And this flamingo too. This flamingo looks way nice too. A moment of silence for Hasu when it's her turn. Yes. Yes. What do you think of the angle of Hasu's photo? Ryojins, thank you so much. I appreciate it. For those of you guys who have just joined at the very end, I'll go through and I'll show you all the before and afters as well. Hilmi1717, thank you so much for following, my friend. Now, I am really excited to edit this one. Because already though, this photo is gorgeous. Already so beautiful. I love how there's actually quite a lot of grain here too. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's quite a lot of grain here, right? Yojin, my queen. I'm excited to edit this one. I do think it's already pretty damn good, but I feel like we can make it a little bit better. A little bit. Probably not by too much, but a little bit nonetheless. Now I wonder. The highlights here aren't that bad. They aren't that bad. It's rather just the skin tones and the shadows. There needs to be more contrast. I bow before you. And maybe, should we make this a little warmer? No, we'll make it warmer, not cooler. So if we have a look at just the very preliminary changes, there's not too much. You guys will see it more around the blacks. So here, you can see a lot more of that before and after. Around the blacks here, the shadows look a little bit more prominent. And the aim is just to get Yojin pop even more. What app do you use to edit these photos? I use a program called Adobe Lightroom. Adobe Lightroom is what I use, my friend. It's a paid program as well as a part of the Adobe suite. So if you want to get it, then you can go to Adobe's website. Pretty sure it's like $15 a month along with Photoshop, if you're interested in it. You love this version of the teasers. Interesting. It's actually funny. Like, some people were saying earlier, and I completely respect both opinions, honestly. Some people were saying earlier that they didn't like these teasers just because of the original photos, but I feel like once we just kind of correct some of the lighting and whatnot, they start to look a lot better. As you guys can see, I'm not sure if you guys can see, Yojin's skin tone here is like operating on that green scale. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that away. We're just going to try and get rid of those greens as much as we possibly can. Yeah, Adobe's subscription model is actually wild. And on top of that, it's like the way that you save is by paying annually. And I was like, I was like, I ain't paying annually. No, thank you. No Adobe. All right, we can fix this. I'm actually going to come back and I'll redo Yojin's lips soon, honestly. Now this orange I am excited for because we can really spice this up. We can make this a little brighter. Ready. Let's go. Rich. Rich and vibrant is what we like, but not too vibrant. The comeback is Monday, yes. Right? Also, Ilyojins, whereabouts did you come from as well? Did you come on over from the YouTube, or how did you find this one? How did you find the stream? I'm curious. Now we can also chuck some really nice oranges in there for her skin. I think we'll keep it like that, like this peachy type color. Keep the blues for the shadows. I bought all all 4 versions. Oh, you saw me in the K-pop category? Oh, that's That's really interesting, actually. I didn't even think that the categories over here on Twitch worked. Like, I don't really use Twitch that often. I've only just started streaming, should I say. But I have a YouTube channel. I'm a reactor, just in case you happen to be interested. So if you'd like, feel free to go and give it a look. Ooh, that works quite nicely. That's very interesting. I did not expect these the categories to work. That's wild, actually. I think I'm being a little bit too dangerous here, honestly, because I haven't zoomed out yet, and not zooming out is kind of a mistake sometimes. Oh, you were watching KCON, then you came here? I hope it was fun. I didn't get to just yet. Yojin, please cooperate with me. Alright. Come on. Damn it. Come on, Adobe. Oh, shit, no, Hasu. Not just yet. Not just yet. Not just yet. Where's my preview? Oh, wait, here it is. Oh, dude, the preview looks whack. Alright. Now, this is literally like pixels, right? Like actual pixels here, but we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna like give Yojin's lips just that little bit of extra. Hey, J2 with the plugs. Thanks, my guy. She's got a really pretty lip shape, actually. Also, I promise you I'm not coloring her lips black. There is a reason for this. Boom, 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 boom. Right, hold up real quick. She has incredible features, my guy. Oh my! Alright, now, as for Miss Yojin's lips, let's brighten them a little bit, but not too much. Just a little bit. Now I want to make them not pink, but like I want to make them a little brighter. That's what we're trying to do here. So I don't know if you guys can kind of see it. Now I'm using a trackpad right now, bro. I'm literally using my trackpad on my MacBook. I don't know if you guys can kind of see, but here is like her lips before that little filter that we just did, and here it is after. It's not going to make too much difference right now, but hopefully when we zoom out a little bit, it will look a lot better. See, I think I like that. So all we did was just increase the saturation of her lips without increasing the saturation of the photo in total. That's where you can really use like specialist brushes and do a lot more of that intricate type stuff. But this is what it looks like without that filter on it. And this is what it looks like with it on it. It looks a little different. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm just looking at the monitor to see whether or not it makes a difference, and it doesn't really look like it's making a difference. That's okay. Anyway, I think we're done with Yojin. It's time to zoom out. Damn, that's nice. What do you guys think of this? Here's the before, here's the after. Before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. Not bad, right? This is the time that I would like swish my non-existent hair if I had any. Yeah, I like both though. This is very much, this is very much like more filmic. But I think I like this for her features a little bit better. If there's anything I would like undercook a little bit, it would actually be just bringing this down a little bit more. Less is more, right? Swish your beard instead. Maybe as well could do tiny little bit of drawback on the oranges there. But I quite like that. That's Yeojin. Very bright, very pretty. Much more natural looking colors. But I really do like the initial photo of hers actually as well. It's just the only thing I'm not too sure about with these orange drapes in the background is just that there's like a bit of yellow and green in them. It gives them that filmic type effect, which I vibe, but yeah, I just don't really know if it works, especially not when we can get a color like that. So I'll just flip again to before, after, before, after. Now, Hasu. Last but not least, we have got the maiden herself. God, she looks so goddamn beautiful. Yeah, the green, it looks nice in some aspects. It's just that it would look okay if it wasn't so blown out. But now it's just a little, yeah, if that makes sense. Now, Hasu, I hate to do this to you. I know your face is going to look a little dark for a bit, but that's okay. Trust me. Trust me. Cool. We can fix this later, that's why. Vibrance, up, back. Alright. Bring those whites down. Bring those blacks up. Hasu. True to your word. See, the fact is that like when you touch these sliders, they take the green out like literally straight away. It's like the first thing that we see here is just all of the green that's in these photos. All of the green, all of the aqua. That's what I don't really vibe. Hasu mamacita. Now, what I reckon we can do here is probably look at her lips for a second and see how they affect her skin tone. We still want it to look as normal as possible. We don't want to overdo it too much. Yeah, seeing them all on stage will be amazing. Oh shit, go away panel. Honestly. Actually, we'll get to that after. Luminance. Let's bring that up a little bit. Oh, I just realized. Wait. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, yo. She got green on her eyes. She got the wings. Look. She got this very light, like almost this like forest green type wings on her eyes. This looks so nice, right? You got like a little bit right here and then a little bit right here as well. I totally didn't spot that. See, now that we take it, like now that we like bring those light levels down, we're looking better. We're looking better. This is why we're doing this, okay? Sorry, I was just getting too ahead of myself. Yeah, that's all the green. Look at that. All of that green in there. You see, green's going to be pretty hard to push out of this photo actually, because literally the rest of the background is green. Fluffsphere, hi, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I think we could do an even deeper green for Hasu here, honestly. Oh, that looks nice. Because right now it's kind of sitting at like that weird one, but I want to give her like an emerald green almost. Yeah, there we go. There we go, that looks way better. Okay. We don't want to push it too far. Dude, I can't believe that we're able to work this much with JPEGs though. That's what I'm actually surprised at. Let's give that a little bit of a vignette. See how we go here. Hasu, how you looking, girl? Okay, let's split tone. Time to add in some final touches, y'all. So we want to give Hasu like that life. And right now she looks green. We want to give her a bit of life back in her face. I'm glad we're editing since I need to do things at the same time. Oh, okay, I'm glad we're editing too then. Kind of push some blues into this as well, just to make it nice. Or we could push some greens. Oh, what do we do? Pushing greens into the shadows isn't actually a bad move, honestly. I want to hide that from you as long as I can. Maybe that does kind of work. Okay. Sorry, y'all, I'm really bad at talking while I'm trying to multitask. Tommy Fams 444, thank you so much for following, my man. Alright, and with the shadows, ooh, there we go. That's nice. Alright, we're going to do the same thing to Hasu that we did to Yojin just before. So we're just going to add a tiny little brush. I'm just going to make it black for the moment, just so that I can actually see where it is that I'm doing this, but she will not wind up black, I promise. Her lips will not be black. What a concept that would be, imagine. My God, to focus on my trackpad right now, Jesus. Okay. She's got her mouth like kind of open as well, which makes this a little difficult. I hope you guys have had a really good Tuesday anyway though. Been pretty chill on this end. Just been relaxing. Maybe I'll actually make that a little less obvious there, yeah. Just been relaxing. Today's my day off, but this has actually worked out to be quite a nice one, honestly. Editing photos has been really, really fun. Might actually go out and take some tomorrow. Hasu, almost done. I promise this is going somewhere. I promise. This is somehow nerve-wracking, right? Watching it, you're like, please trace inside the lines. right? It's meticulous, is probably what I should say. It becomes a massive pain in the ass when you're tired. Thankfully, I'm not tired yet. Thankfully. I'm still shocked that some of you guys found us on the Twitch categories. That's interesting. I thought they would have been from the YouTube channel for sure, but surprising actually. Oh, you like to edit stuff too? God, look at Hasu like this. Can't leave you like this, sis. She looks, I mean, she don't look bad, let me tell you that, but jeez. It's a look if we've seen one. No, what if we want it to be more red? Hi Hedju, thank you so much for following, my friend. See, I want to emphasize that just a little bit, not too much. Ooh, maybe that's a bit too bright. There we go. When you're editing, you don't want things to stand out too crazy, you know? You don't want things to be like too in your face, like, ah, I edited this, if that makes sense. Let's also get her eye makeup as well, actually. Let's also get it. This is actual pixels, but it's okay. Fuck. Actual pixels, but it's okay. How can I see, you ask? I don't know. I really do not know at this stage. Yeah. Just double check that they're all the same. Yeah, right, okay. Now we're just going to up that vibrance a little bit. You know what? If anything, let's actually go here and we'll manually add in that color. You saw Hasu's picture and you clicked right away. Thank you, my friend. Ooh, I wonder what we can do with these, because I want to make it kind of darker. You know what, let's start with that. Let's start with that. And then let's kind of work our way backwards. Let's go a little darker. Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I guess that kind of works, right? Maybe if we put some crazy, oh, there we go, that kind of works a little bit better. I really need to ditch that saturation. You can kind of see that a little bit better, actually. So she initially did have like these little flakes right here, but you can't see them very well. So I guess we tried to add them in, but did that work? I don't think so. No, this needs to be lighter. There we go. There we go, at least it's visible now. Alright, cool. Hasu is done. So, before, after. before, after, before, after. Yeah, lighter works a lot better. Like the darker one is a little bit too, it's too in your face. It shouts that you've edited it. You want it to look as natural as possible. So yeah, we've got the before image, which is BBC's one. And then after, I think the main thing here is that her green looks a lot more like her green here, whereas here it just looks very, it looks cold, actually. It's very cold. So that is what we have got for Hasu. Now I'll go through and I'll show some of you guys who weren't here earlier, or for those of you guys who might have missed part of the stream, just what we went through. So we edited all 12 members. BBC needs to hire you. I'll gladly take that on. Gladly. We'll see. We'll start with Olivia. So this was the before shot of Olivia. I'll make a few calls. This was the before, this was the after, before, after, before, and after. This one wasn't really too much. We just kind of made it a little bit more silver, a little more grey for her, rather than like this blue type of grey. It gave her a little bit more contrast. Now Eve was an interesting one. We had the before right here, the kind of brownish burgundy, which was pretty, I don't know, I didn't really like it. I didn't really like the brownish type of burgundy. So we just made it a little richer, a little darker. And we tried to bring a lot more color into Eve's face here as well, which I think we did quite well. So I really vibed that. And Hyeju's your bias, right? Hyeju, honestly, I would have to say has been my bias for the longest time as well, but I'm very strictly OT12 at heart. But I think that she's crazy. Now, Jinso, this was an interesting one. So this is before. This is where we started with Jinso, and then this is where we wound up afterwards. So before, after, before, after, before, after, before, and after. So we got that there. Now we move on to Chetty. Chetty once again was a little different. She was a little more difficult to edit just because she had a lot of green in her face, a lot of green, blue. So we got rid of that. So initially we started off here, lots of green here. It looks very yellow. Even the suit looks quite yellowy green. It looks a little sick. So I didn't really like the color of it personally. So I made the suit a little truer to that mustard type yellow, and then added a little bit more color into her face, which really kind of brings out these wings that you can see here that she's got. So I really liked that. So we've got before, after, before, after, before, and after. Now lip, whew, this was something. Lip, we started off, I guess you could say a fire red. We were saying a little bit before, but she obviously was super overexposed in the face again as well. I don't think it's like super overexposed. I probably shouldn't exaggerate it that much. It was rather just like exposed to a point where I feel like you lose a bit too much of her. So we brought that back a little bit, made it a little cooler, added some more contrast, especially for this area around her waist, and then we made it a lot more of like a cherry red, like a much nicer cherry red for her. So before, after, before, after, before, after. So I really liked that. Then we had the lovely Hyejin. I did initially like her photo the best when I was looking through LOONA 1/3 out of the initial series, like for the LOONA 1/3 members. But then after having looked through the rest, it became pretty difficult to differentiate which one I liked more. But With Hijin, she was once again quite overexposed here. You can see pretty much no detail in her arm or anything like that. It's starting to get washed out. It's a little flatter, so we just went ahead, add a little bit more contrast. Not too much that we could have done about the arms, but we changed and really just kind of amplified those colors, made things a little darker for her as well. So she still pops in this image. You don't need to have her like, you know, blazing like a white sun or anything like that. From Mars1, thank you so much for following, my friend. Really appreciate it. Then we had Koan. I think this is honestly, like, along with Jinso, one of the biggest saves that we had with this one. Here, I don't want to, like, I definitely don't mean anything by this, but it's just the greens here make Koan look like she's kind of sick. She looks very pale, very, very, very pale. So what we did is we changed her skin tone to look a little more natural, a little more lively, a little more vibrant, and we added some more contrast again as well. So this is the before, this is the after, this is the before, this is the after, before, after, before, and after. So I think that looks a little bit nicer. I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think. So once again, before, after, before, and after. Hyunjin, once again, interesting case. I like the edit that we did for her a lot better. We've got the initial LOONA teaser picture, this very, very light, very bright mustard type color. I didn't mind it at first, honestly, but the more that I looked at it, the more it bugged me. The after of Koan looks 100 times better. Thank you. It does, right? I think that, you know, yeah, it's a little too green and blue there, but this one looks a lot nicer. You've still got a little bit of greens and blues in her face, and so it looks still cinematic and quite filmic there, but you know, you don't need heaps, you don't need a lot. Anyway, we made Hyunjin's mustard a lot darker. We made it a lot closer to orange. There was actually the option to go orange, and I'll show some of you guys what that looks like. And the orange, surprisingly enough, I don't know if you guys can see that now, actually works really, really well for her. Like, you know, I get that, you know, we're obviously going for members representative colors, but dude, this is a color. Like, I really like this. I love the orange for her. I think it looks great, but keeping it true, we stayed with the mustard. Obviously fixing up the lighting once again, and really just making sure that her facial features popped a little bit more, especially her lips. What we did go and do, those things we were doing for Hasu just before, we did with these wings on her eyeliner up here. So we had this, and then we got rid of it. Whoop, we got rid of it, and then we put it back, and then we got rid of it and put it back. So we just kind of emphasized her makeup there, which I think looks really nice there. So once again, before, after, before, after, before, after. So Hyunjin, I think we saved. Now Chuu, I really didn't need to do that much for Chuu, honestly. I think that she already had quite a good palette going on. She probably had the least difficult one to work with, although probably the disadvantage for her is that, like, there's still this green tint to her. Thank you, Daily. Take care, my guy. Take care of yourself. Have a lovely walk outside as well. For Chuu, it was actually quite easy to really fix her up a little bit. All I did was just kind of add a little bit more into this peach that she's got going on in the background, and just emphasize obviously her facial features, so her lips, and then these kiss marks that we had on the sides of her cheeks. So the original photo looks a lot lighter. It's less contrasty, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be super contrasty or anything like that, but you've got the less contrasty photo, and then the after. So before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. So that's what we got there. The other thing that I wanted to note as well is that we just darkened We really darkened this belt. One of the things I really dislike about some of these photos being so light is just that on these darker clothes, and you'll see it especially with Vivi too, on darker clothes, it makes it look cheap in a way. I'm no fashion designer or like stylist or anything like that, but you know, too much light on black doesn't look nice. It kind of looks like you just kind of grabbed that out of the closet. Maybe it's been sitting in the sun up in the attic or something like that. If you can kind of understand what vibe I'm getting at, and you just kind of, you know, dusted it off and put it on. That's the type of, it's like a faded black, and I don't really like that. So I wanted to add a little bit more back into it, and thankfully that added just a little bit of extra contrast to the image too, which I liked. So that was chuu. Once again, we have got Vivi from LOONA, and she looks absolutely amazing. Also, I'm really glad that you agree, Fluffsphere. It washes it out, right? It does indeed. It turns it more into like a grey, and grey is just not. Grey is not a look. Here's Vivi before. Now, Vivi looks amazing regardless because she's Vivi. What else do I need to say? Here though, once again, you can see there's too much light on this black, and this fabric is very like reflective, it seems, as well. So it's almost, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look comfortable for her either. You can see the seams, even like you can see the stitching on this part that she's got going across here too. So that's kind of what I was getting at by like, oh, they don't necessarily look the best in terms of you know, having it very overexposed. Take care, Louisa. Thank you so much for coming, man. This VOD will be up on YouTube later, hopefully, if YouTube lets me upload it. So there's that. Obviously, she was a little bit more washed out in the face too. She's got this beautiful orange bronzer like eye makeup here, which was really beautiful as well, which I wanted to bring out a little bit more, and also the color of her lips. That pink I quite liked at the back. I did like how soft that was, but personally I wanted to bring it out a lot more. So we've got before, after, before, after, before, after. Now the pinks obviously look a lot nicer, at least in my opinion anyway. The flamingo looks way more colorful. Her lips are more pink. You can see her eye makeup pop a lot more as well. And the black frankly does not look nearly as bad like this, I don't think. When it looks like this, it's a little too much. When it looks like this, it looks a lot closer to black. It looks truer to it. And yeah, I like that. I like that a lot better. So there's that. Now if we get onto Yeojin, once again, Yeojin was one that we could have left, honestly. I actually do like the filmic edit for this one because, funnily enough, the couch works. The lamp in the background also works. It gives off this vintage vibe. Yeojin here just looks very vintage. You know, she looks gorgeous. She looks amazing. I love what she's wearing. We could have left it here, honestly. I didn't want to though. I wanted to try and test and see how far we could kind of push it with editing the photos and whatnot. But the only other thing that I don't really like about these photos is just that we've got a little bit of that green and that yellow kind of showing through in this really lovely orange in the back. So what we did is we just spiced everything up, added a little bit more contrast, and this is where we got to afterwards. So you could see a little bit more of like a blue type tint, which actually looks quite nice. It complements this black very well. It adds a little bit more depth to it. You've got some really nice oranges down here at the bottom that only get lighter towards the top. Also, you see the orange on the couch change and lighten a lot more as well. And then for Yeojin, we actually went and just brightened her lips up a little bit as well to make them a little more pink, just because I didn't want to change the rest of her skin tone. So we've got before, after, before, after, before, and after. So I like that. And then last but not least, we have the absolutely lovely Hasu, Tohasu. Now, beforehand, like you guys saw, it's like a dark, it's like a forest emerald type color that we've got here. It's very cool though. It's got a cool tone to it. It's quite cold. It doesn't really seem very inviting, and as a result, Hasu looks kind of how can can I put it? Her position here just looks kind of awkward then, because I mean everything's cold around her, but she's smiling, she's giving off like a more friendly expression, and you know, she's actually wearing a really beautiful outfit too, so I just felt like it should be a little bit warmer. So what we did is, of course, we made it a little bit warmer. We brightened up her skin tone once again. We made it a little bit truer to what it actually is. Like we saw up here, we did add those green accents, or at least rather should I say we amplified them to be what they should be. We did spice up her lip color a little bit more as well to make it pop a little bit more than what it would have normally. If we didn't, then let me just show you what it would have looked like. It would have looked just a little bit too dark, so I like to add it to make it look a little nicer. And then of course the dress as a result got a lot nicer in terms of its color. It looks brighter, the gold looks nice and bright as well, and her arms look like they've actually got some color in them. Here it just looks kind of bland. It just looks very, very white, very dull, very washed out. And then with the drapes in the background, we changed that color to be more of like to just be more of an emerald color, not forest emerald, not dark, not cool or anything like that, just rather an emerald color in general. So we've got before, we've got after, we've got before, after, before, after, before, after. So that's it. That is pretty much it. We just edited 12 photos. Took us 2 hours. Jesus. Took us 2 hours. And we gained 16 new friends today, which is excellent. So I really just want to say massive thanks to every single one of you guys who have tuned in, whether you're from the Discord, YouTube channel, or if you just somehow found me on Twitch. Welcome. Welcome indeed. I do a little bit more than this, just because you won't be able to see any of the other VODs on my channel. I actually am a K-pop reactor. So I react not only to LOONA, but other groups just in general. You can go and check that out over on the Twitch homepage. I think that's what you call it. So my links are there as well if you guys want to check that out. I do have a Discord. I do have a photography Instagram and all of that type of stuff as well. So you guys can go and check that out if you would like to go and see some more of my work. KT Cuba, thanks for the amazing stream and the helpful recap. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. Orbit approved your editing skill. Thank you. You didn't attend KCON tonight. No, I didn't get to. Today's actually my day off, so I thought that I would stream with you guys instead for those of you guys who are here. I can always just watch a replay later on. Yeah. Love to see the growth. Keep up the hard work, brother. Thank you so much, man. I'm so surprised that you're still here, Wicked. Thank you so much, my guy. But yeah, obviously if you guys are brand new, feel free to follow the socials and all of the other stuff, but if not, then I'll catch you over here very, very, very soon again. This was just going to be like a Twitch, what am I talking about? This is just going to be a really chill Twitch stream, but it turned out to be, you know, really something really fun. I think that I'll probably do a lot more of this, not only just for LOONA, but also for other groups as well. I might go ahead and edit other teaser pics. I might even go ahead and just do some streams where I'm editing my own photos for my own portfolio as well. So of course, make sure to follow if you guys are interested. Turn on the notifs so that you don't miss out on any of those videos as well. But thank you so much. Ilyojins, thank you so much as well for coming along, my friend. Really, really, really appreciate it. You guys have been lovely today. UG, oh, also thank you so much for following as well, UG. We had so much fun with LOONA a while ago. Yeah, I bet, man. I bet. Yeah, unfortunately, I never generally have the time to get to KCON. Thank you for the stream. The photos turned out beautiful. More editing streams would be great. More editing streams coming then, I promise. I will just warn you guys as well. On this streaming software that I'm using, the photos do come out quite, what's the word? They do come out quite undersaturated, so it's not true to the color that I can see on my screen. So what I'm going to do is I'll post them in the Discord. I'll post the proper ones in the Discord, and then I'll also go and put them over on Twitter as well, because I think that might be a good place
to go and share them. But thank you so much for letting me know all of your lovely thoughts and all of your opinions. I really appreciate everything that you guys have said for me today, and all the feedback that you've given me as well. But yeah, this was another really awesome stream, and I can't wait to do another one with you guys. So until then, take care of yourselves out there, stay safe, and make sure that you guys are staying happy. This VOD will be going up on YouTube, hopefully, if it lets me, very, very, very soon, and it'll be out tomorrow. So yeah, love you guys heaps, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.